Good day everybody. This time we'll be having a closer look at what changes are in store for Machinists in the upcoming expansion, Stormblood. The firearm champions of Ishgard have seen significant adjustments to their combat system, including an entirely new resource mechanic, as well as changes to weapon skills and utility actions. So without further delay, let's get started. With the arrival of Stormblood, Machinists have also gained new UI elements to help them keep track of their ammunition and the all-new heat resource in the form of a new gauge. The first major change worth noting is that Gauss Barrel no longer increases the cast time of weapon skills, and instead causes them to generate heat. In addition, any abilities that previously required Gauss Barrel to use can now be used at any time. Upon reaching the magical amount of 50 heat, several abilities become empowered and deal significantly more damage, incentivizing Machinists to stay at high heat values for their combat rotation. Once the gauge is completely filled and overheats, a significant bonus to damage dealt is granted, excellent for lining up with abilities such as Wildfire. But once the effect wears off, Gauss Barrel will require a cooldown period before it can be applied again. That being said, it's important to manage the gauge in such a way that overheating only occurs when intended. To this end, the new weapon skill cooldown will function as the primary tool to help manage heat generation, reducing your heat gauge by a significant amount. Additionally, any weapon skills that benefit from ammo consumption will generate less heat than they normally would, but keep in mind that ammunition can only be stacked up to 3 times instead of the original 5. Furthermore, Quick Reload has lost its ability to regenerate TP in favor of a small heat reduction to further help keep the gauge in check. The next new ability, Barrel Stabilizer, allows Machinists to instantly bring their heat gauge up to the magical 50, without the need for a build-up period, or down to 50 in case you need to prevent overheating. It's worth noting that this ability can only be used in combat, and comes with a rather long recast time. At level 68, a new turret ability comes in the form of Overdrive, overloading your active turret to perform an extremely powerful single-target attack in the case of Rook, or area of effect in the case of Bishop, but also destroying it in the process. Keep in mind that unlike removing your turret manually, Overdrive prevents placements of new turrets for a certain amount of time after execution. And finally, the signature ability of level 70 Machinists comes in the form of Flamethrower, not only roasting everything in its path, but also functioning as a tool to help generate heat quickly and without a target. Of course, not all of the Machinists' previous abilities survived the combat system overhaul. Among them, Gray's abilities have been repurposed into role actions, now being accessible to both Machinists and Bards. Notably, the ability Dismantle has not only survived, but it has also been buffed, becoming one of the few abilities of its kind post-overhaul. Rendmind, on the other hand, wasn't quite as fortunate. So, how heated for the new Machinist are you? Just like with the new Bards, the amount of changes is quite significant, so I'm afraid we'll have to wait until Stormblood to fully appreciate the scope of the rework. I personally cannot wait to try the new, more mobile Machinist, and let's be honest, it's hard to pass on having a flamethrower. But in the meantime, let me know how you feel about these changes. Will you be leading the way into Stormblood as a Machinist? Let me know in the comments, and I hope to see you next time.